There's a reason why God created the sun. There's a reason why God created the moon. There's a reason why God created the firmament. Is to put things in shape. There's a reason why you're on earth. You are part of the agenda on earth. Just the same way, if the sun doesn't shine, it's not fulfilling purpose. That's the same way you have something that everybody on this earth needs you for. The world was designed, made with you in mind. The part you hold and the part you don't hold is all on you. As far as your eyes can see, your story has been written. You are just living life backwards. The second thing is that the culture tells you that zero is nothing. I am telling you that zero is something. Every creativity, every creation, every innovation that is shocking started from zero. I am also the culture also tells you that poverty is lack of money. I'm telling you that it's a big lie. Poverty is not lack of money. Poverty is lack of people. Another lie is that culture tells you that you need to be perfect. I am saying that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Another thing that the culture tells you is that the opposite of life is death. Lies. The opposite of life is lack of purpose. Is lack of purpose. Lack of purpose. What is common for everybody cannot be the eventuality of everyone. What is general cannot be the eventuality of everyone. What is death? Death is that you die. Everybody dies. So, what's now going to be the difference between someone that lived in a particular way and someone that did not live in a particular way? Right? The difference is in their purpose. Purpose, lack of purpose is the opposite of life. So, the fact that you die and there is nothing on earth to your cause is death. It's a real death, guys. You did not do anything that people can refer to. You lacked purpose. You did not walk in the path that posterity can say, if not for this person, if not for this. That's a real death, guys. So it means that you can be alive, dead, if you are not in purpose. So, this guy has died. Everyone is going to die. The essence of now life is that you are able to fulfill your purpose. Is that you are able to fulfill purpose. So purpose, lack of purpose is the opposite of life, not death. That's a real death. That God sent you on earth for a reason, and you are coming back to Him without fulfilling that reason. It's crazy. So the question to camp around is, why am I here? Because you might be a living dead man. You think you're on earth to make money. Just the same way I told you that opportunity is God's agent sent to you to fulfill your purpose. Right? That's the same way money is an human agent. Money is an human creation. Right? But used by God to favor your purpose. God did not create money, guys. Humans created it. In fact, I'm going to break down money to a cause that you understand money and you will never be in the mix of human being created money. God did not create money. So money is a human creation, human invention, but used by God to favor your cause. So you get scared when you are nothing. In fact, let me tell you something. Let me make a dangerous statement today. When you are at nothing, is one of your best time ever. Think about how the earth was without void, without form. The earth was as nothing before creation started. Now, what gave birth to creation? Really, what gave birth to creation? Because zero gave birth to creation. Let me make another statement that you'll probably agree with. When you are broke, or when you are dejected, or when you are down to nothing, is when your brain works the most. Is when your creativity emerges the most. Ah, you need light. There's no light. Your generator is faulty. Sharp, sharp, you become mechanic. Sharp, sharp, your brain is thinking. When you are broke and you need to make money, your brain is thinking 500 places. Sharp, sharp, out of nothing, you're able to create something. What does that instruct you? It tells you that zero doesn't mean nothing. Zero doesn't mean nothing. When you look at your bank account and it's at zero, it doesn't call for panic. Man, it doesn't call for cry. It doesn't call for depression. It doesn't call for sign. It calls for creation. At that point, what the position that you are supposed to hold is the position of a creator. To say, you know what, I think I need to create something. Right? To say, you know what, I need to create something. So whenever you ever get to the point where you are zero, zero is something, zero is meaningful, guys. It just needs arrangement. It just needs arrangement. It just needs, zero is something, zero is tangible. Now, the people that are successful, guess what they do? They have the capacity to take themselves to zero and start from there. So for Elon Musk to be able to create, and he's saying he's going for Elon Musk to be able to create and say he wants to go into space and the rest, guess what he did? He first assumed that that he doesn't have money. Because your natural mind will want to give you comfort. Now calm down, now guy, you are rich now, you don't need to do too much again. He has to take himself back to zero. So one of the characters of long time successful people is the capacity of taking themselves back to zero. When you understand that, you have helped yourself a lot. To understand that zero doesn't dictate that there is nothing, right? To understand that zero is self, is tangible. That's where creation comes from. So you don't check your account and there is no money and you're panicking. You don't come to your house and there's no food stop and you're panicking. You don't check your phone and there's no data and you're panicking. Zero is great. Zero is the power of creation. Guess what the culture tells you? They broke shame you. You are nothing. You are nothing. Eh? You zero. Poor boy. That's what the culture does. But in real sense, whatever thing they are insulting you that you don't have, let's say they are saying you don't have a car. The point you are, that's 0 point. That's where the person that created the first car was that he thought of. You have heard of the Wright brothers. How do they think that we could fly? That's why when you see people that are great inventors, they will tell you that their father, their son of nobody, their dad was nobody. All they could hold on to is zero, and they were able to build something from it. So the voice of the culture says when you're at zero, it's nothing. That is the second lie that I'm breaking down to you this evening. So how did I become wealth? So I already told you guys that I got dragged online I lost what I got, right? I lost it. And then in the middle of that, when odds were against me, guess what I went? I went back to square one. What is the score of one? Zero. So I went back to one, I went back to zero, and I started thinking, what can I do to better my life? Do I have any skill that I can use to make money? Is there anything that I can do differently to change my life? What do I need? And then I started reading books. It was at that point that I read books. I read books. I cannot forget the first two books that I read. And then guess what happened? Something sparked in me. Immediately I became a coach. I'm here now. You cannot run away from zero if you want to be somebody on earth. It's either now you will not pray to be back to zero, but you have to zone yourself to be back to zero to be able to create. Do you get? Forget everything you have, and then that's how successful people become successful, guys. The power of zero. How did people invent? Do you know I believe that foods were created from zero? How did people know that we could eat guava? Somebody must be hungry somewhere, sat down there, ate it, and then it works. Do you know I have questions about vegetable? How did people know that we could eat ugu? Somebody must be somewhere, hungry something, cut it, put into something, became something, interpreted as something. Simple. Simple. So there's power in zero. The culture doesn't want you to know all of this. Right? Good. That's the second thing that the culture tells you that is true. That I'm telling you that is a lie. The third thing is that the culture makes you know, or makes you assume, or makes you believe that poverty is lack of money. That why you are poor, or why you are broke, or why there's no money in your pocket is because you don't have money, right? You don't have money. They feel like poverty is money caused or whatever. And they say stuff like it's not possible for 5 generations to be poor. They say stuff like that. Poverty is a system, and is a system. I'm going to find a day in this crazy conversation talk about poverty. Maybe I will do part one, part two, part three, so that you understand it and then you're free from it forever. Poverty is a system. Poverty is a structure, and poverty has loop on X. Let me tell you what loop means. Loop means that look at the way you eat now, and then because you are eating, you have to go to the toilet. You cannot control, like, there's no gap between it. It's like a system that because you have eaten, you must go to the toilet. Look at the way sun sets and the way sun rise. Nobody comes to turn it on. It's automated. I can give examples like that. Do you understand? Just the same way, no matter how much you barb your hair or you shave, it will come back again. You don't need to press something, you don't need to on something. There are so many. Loop is one of the system that if you don't understand on earth, you will suffer a lot. Right? The rich people are the people that create such loop. I'm not talking about loop. I'm not talking about loop. I don't want to digress. I don't want to digress. Let me have so much. So there are loops like that. The people that are rich, the 1% that are wealthy, what they understand is loop. Oh my God. So I want to talk about self-poverty. Maybe I'll find a day also that I'm going to talk about loops. So what was I saying? Poverty is a system. Poverty is a well-organized system, well-organized structure that doesn't need any. On a normal day, poverty will succeed. Very orchestrated, very designed, very well framed. Poverty doesn't need your permission to exist. is a structure. Now, it doesn't need your permission to exist, but you can decide that it's not going to exist in your own life, right? And everything that you do. So poverty is not lack of money as people know it to be. The culture makes you believe that poverty is lack of money. Poverty is a structure on its own. But poverty, more, poverty on the most deepest part, poverty is not lack of money, poverty is lack of people. Um, One of the ways to know, oh my God, when I get into purpose fully, you're going to hear more of these things I'm saying. When I want to teach purpose, if you miss it, you have missed out on a whole lot. All right? So poverty is not lack of money. Poverty is lack of people. The fact that you are not social enough, you have not built your social environment enough that you can have people that you can call and will stand in the gap for you. That's poverty, guys. Poverty is not lack of money. I'm broke. I don't have money. I'm poor. Poverty is lack of people. The fact that things cannot run through your head. You know, should I tell you something as humans? Whenever you think about problems, the first thing that almost comes to your head is who can I call? The first that comes to they said, and the first thing that comes to your head is Omo, I have problem with my business, so should I call wealth? Do you get? Now, poverty is like that. It's not lack of money, it's lack of people. If you compare the child of a rich man to the child of a poor man, on so many levels, they are very different. You know that on so many levels, they are very different. The poor man has seen people come visit them in their house. The poor man doesn't even need, the rich man has seen people come and visit them in their house, wealthy people. The rich man, a rich man's son, doesn't need his father for money in most cases. He has uncles that are giving him more money. He has his daddy's friend. He has cousins. So that you think that they must be collecting money from their dad on so many levels, on so many frames. Do you know that I have an aunt that at the beginning of the month, I don't need to tell her, she sends every of my siblings money. Now imagine that every month, look at my age, look at how she sends it. She sends it to the whole family, right? She's my dad's elder sister. Now imagine that I have people like that. Imagine that you have people like that, like 20. So poverty in its real sense. You know, one of the things I'm going to simplify to you in this journey of crazy conversation is that you don't need work to be rich. I'm going to break down a lot. It's going to sound against one of the things that you feel. But like I said, listen to the end before you judge. Poverty is not lack of money, it's lack of people. So what do? You have to build your circle. You cannot be with poor people and expect to be rich. You cannot be with people that don't even know where they're headed and you expect yours to be different. So you have to intentionally build your circle. Right? You can join clubs. You have to be in events where there are people of the same energy. Now, people can be rich and be foolish. People can be rich and not be going your journey. But used by God to favor your cause, to favor you, to fulfill purpose. Some of these things are seen this night. When I was telling people that some of this I'm going to say, you might take 100 years on, you might spend 100 years on this earth, and you will never hear some of these things. I was telling people, I used to say, I spent 100 years on this earth, and you will never listen to some of these things. Right? So money is a tool, right? created by human, but used by God to favor your purpose. So the opposite of life is not death. The opposite of life is lack of purpose. So you camp around, why am I here? What is my tractionable journey on earth? Right? You think God just creates people to come on this earth to have fun, have sex, eat, and just die like that? There's something bigger written about you. So this is how it operates. Everything, oh my God. I'm trying to see things outside when I'm supposed to say today. Okay, what is it? Catch it once. Everything on earth is created with an agenda. God, now there's a part in Proverbs that said, he that wastes is of the family of the devil. Right? He that wastes is of the devil. That means God doesn't create waste. I'm going somewhere, guys. Just focus on me. God doesn't create waste. Everything on earth is laced with an agenda. There's a reason why God created the sun. There's a reason why God created the moon. There's a reason why God created the firmament. Is to put things in shape. There's a reason why you're on earth. You are part of the agenda on earth. Just the same way, if the sun doesn't shine, it's not fulfilling purpose. That's the same way you have something that everybody on this earth needs you for. Do you get it? That's the same way everybody on earth needs you for something. And God is looking at you. I invested so much in this guy now. Why? That's why there's a scripture that says, before I formed thee, I knew thee. That means you were somewhere before. He knew that you were the man for the job. Out of everybody in that phase, he brought you out to say, okay, I already know you. We have planned. We have agreed. I've poured your assignments into you. Oh yeah, now, go into family of the Okafors. You will learn all the training that is there. The man is poor, but he knows, he understands scripture. Go there. Now, I'm sending you on earth for a purpose to do this. There's a single mom, there's a woman, there's a girl that sleeps around, but she has an anointing. She knows how to cook very well. And then you will need it in the course of your purpose. It will be the main core of your purpose. Going through that family. So that's how people are giving birth to. Nothing is on earth by mistake. Let me run, guys. Let me run, guys. Let me run, guys. Let me run, guys. Oh my God. Time is fast spent. 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 I'm going to end with two extra points. Two extra lies. That is telling you the culture, but there's a lie. Right? The next thing I'm talking about is that they say money is hard to find, that you need to hustle. But if I pick this point, is a lot. Is a lot. Is a lot. Is a lot. Because I'm going to navigate. This is what I'm talking about tomorrow. Only this. I can talk about it for 2 hours. I can talk about it for a full day. This is what I'm talking about tomorrow. Money is hard to find. You have to hustle. I'm going to tell you how to be human tomorrow. Don't miss it. How to be human. Right? When God was creating human, He was creating the earth, He created in such a way that it's easy for you to exist. And success is natural. Being rich is natural. See, let me tell you something today. Get it and get it. There are over 50 quadrillion, gazillion. Let me use gazillion. There are over 50 billion gazillion. There are 50 gazillion ants on Earth. They do not suffer. You know the part of the scripture that says the young lions don't suffer. Do you understand what it means? It means that everything on it, success is natural. If you ever have to hustle, it means that you have not come to some kind of reasoning. It means that you have stopped being human. And there are 3 things for you to get into being human. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Time is fast, man, that I cannot get into it. It's like a full discussion. I'm going to get into it tomorrow. Right? If a lion, let's say we are having a live section now, and you are right in front of me, and then a lion comes in, and would the lion say, hey, yeah, they're having meeting, it's crazy conversation, let me go back? No. The lion will tear everyone to the least bone. They will chew as many bones as possible. Guess what? Tiger, they get into children ward, babies ward in the hospital. I say, hey, yeah, they are babies, oh God, they just born them. Let's go back, guys. What will they do? Meat. They will tear as much as possible. They will lick the blood. Now, what does that mean? They are enjoying the life. They are enjoying their life. You will never see a poor animal, poor bird, poor something, poor this. They are enjoying their life. Why? Pour sugar on the ground to now. In few minutes, you will see ants. What do you think is the antenna that calls them to come and see your ant and see what you dropped? It's because they never stop being ants. Lions will never stop being animals, stop being lions. Sheep, till tomorrow, sheep will be foolish such that they will want to stay on the road when cars are passing. They are not in a hurry. Till tomorrow, dogs will bark. They know how to stay as being animals. It's only human beings that don't know how to be human. That's my main course tomorrow, right? That's my main course tomorrow. I'm discussing how to turn success, money, to a natural phenomenon. Natural phenomenon. So they tell you that money is hard to find. Like I said, I defined money in the previous points. Money is what did I say? Money is the creation of human. Like money is the invention of man, right? Of man, but a tool used by God to favor your assignment on it. Simple. God did not create money. It's humans that created money. But God used it to favor your assignment. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. That means if you have an assignment that you are passing through, what comes to you every day on the accounts is that you make money. Do you understand? You have an assignment. You might have already created it. God will just pick from humans and give it to you. I'm teaching that tomorrow. If I start this night, we will not leave here till 12 midnight. So I'll tell you tomorrow. So the last thing I'm going to say is what people say commonly, and then I wrap up. This is my last point. People say stuff like, always be grateful. As long as you have breath in your nostrils. Kashi Amadupe, once there's life, there's hope. And people say stuff like, just be grateful. Be grateful, at least that you can breathe. Right? Breath is proof that there's something higher to conquer. Breath is proof that there's something higher to conquer. Breath is proof that there's something higher in your DNA, inside of you to conquer. So, you are not created to be thanking God. If the only thing that you thank God for every day as you are waking up from your bed is that, thank God, I have breath in my nostrils. That's not the gist. The gist is that you should have multiple things on your assignment that you are thanking God for. Because that breath in your nostrils, it means that there is something more that God created you for. So you don't need to thank God for that. Breath is normal to live on it. You need to thank God for what your breath is now producing. What your breath is now producing is what you thank God for. Thank you for my business. Thank you for establishment. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. Breath is a gift from God to fulfill your assignment on earth. Breath is a gift of God to fulfill your assignment on earth. And what you do to gifts, what you do to such kind of gifts is to run with it. It's just like someone the other day went somewhere and we were entertained and then